Thing is, though, like you say, it does touch on a theme of your career, though, which is like you are. I mean, in English, the saying is like loyal to a fault, because sometimes it means that, like, look, it's one thing to be loyal when it makes sense for both people. It's like, oh, you help me, I help you. But sometimes, like, other people would leave you if they had a better offer or something. And you've had plenty of times you could have been on other teams. Like, I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute, but the only reason you left for that was because of some other drama. It wasn't, you didn't choose to leave. You probably stayed there your whole career, right?
Yeah, probably would have 100%. It was a drama happening. Was something about man, I can't remember. It was something about Karn and DSM.
Do you want to get into it? Let's just do it, because I wanted to talk about this topic anyway. So basically, here's how we'll start out, right? Like we said earlier, the weird thing about this dude is, it's funny that you were looking at Nip and thinking, wow, that's like the great Swedish name. Because what's funny is, you know, in the modern day, I actually saw a comment that you'd like, which is when I went back, I saw a video where it was about when you were in SK, and the comment on it just said, as like a YouTube comment, it was just like, wow, he was in SK. And what's funny is, it was when you were in FNATIC, and it was when you were in SK, and the clip was from FNATIC, and the guy goes, wow, he is in FNATIC. And obviously at the time, I'm like, well, he's not SK, it's FNATIC for us. What are you talking? But I always think it's wild that everyone thinks you're NIP for us, because to me, you're obviously FNATIC for us, because you were in the team for like 5 years. That was the main part of your career at the time. Oh. So I'm sure at the time, like, that was your home team. And then similarly, like, SK, like, because one thing I get the vibe now is, because of this drama, which we'll get into in a second, I get the vibe it sort of soured a little bit some of your time in FNATIC, right? Like, I've noticed that, I've brought it up to you a few times over the years. It feels like, because of the way it ended, like, maybe something spoiled a little bit, something about your time there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here. What I remember something about. No, I remember actually. I think me and Getright, or me, Gux, and Getright, I believe it was all three wanted to elevate, or I wanted. This was like one of the times I wanted to actually do a change, because I think we could have become a so much better team. So what we wanted to do was to remove. I think it was either DSN or Karn. I don't remember who.
I think it was DSN initially, but eventually it could have been both if they were going to stick together, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we wanted to replace one of them, because we wanted to elevate. I wanted to elevate because this, like, we had to get right. We had me. We could have like pushed super hard.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do a change, and this is like one of the few times I actually like wanted to do like a change where like we can become so much better. So I think we brought it up. It just didn't match with anyone. DSN and Karn, as I said, they're a team here. They had the support from FNATIC. Or FNATIC were supporting Karn and DSN at this point more so than me and Getright. So they rather had us leave and kept DSN and Karn. And so I think that's where it kind of got like a little bit ugly. Yeah, we weren't like super nice friends, or because they felt betrayed of our initial thought. And in a sense, I guess I can understand why they would feel so, but at the same time, it is a profession. It happens. You will get, like, people will get replaced. It's just how the business work. But I can understand where they come from with that, why they feel betrayed. We left to SK, and they I think also they said they were going to stop playing initially in FNATIC and bring in a new team, but then they decided that they wanted to stay anyways and play. And they brought in Pira, and Gook stayed with them, I believe. Right?
He joined a little bit later. They had Dalpan initially, but you guys got Dalpan after, if you remember.
So he left in this time period.
Yes.
Okay, so for Gux didn't join us in SK, did he?
No, because that's the thing. If you remember, because Gux had been in SK and he had that drama when he joined you guys again with the contract, like Alex just wouldn't let him join because he just, he's like a rare case of a beef. Like, yeah, he's like, fuck that guy, he's not joining. So I even remember naively asking, like, can Gux join? It was like, no. It's like, oh well, we'll take Get Right Forest anyway,
But at this time, I felt like we did, like, for me and Getter, we did a solid upgrade, because at this time, I think. With Robin, Face, and Alan, I think I saw ourselves as like we created now a super team in Sweden. What was considered, because Alan was a really good player. Face was like this solid anchor player that was unmatched at this time. And you had Robin, like one of the staples of in-game leaders.
Dude, I actually thought Face was a mad underrated player. Like, mate, in the modern day, like, I guess people through the players like the Zipnixes of the world, they kind of appreciate those players now. Like, mate, back then, unless you were the guy in the frag movies, no one cared. Like, this guy was really good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was really good. He was anchoring sites, as I said, and he would always get like 2-3 kills with him. Definitely always had a kill with him when people were attacking him, and he was just being a an annoyance to people when he was anchoring the sides. So he was a very strong player to have in a team. And Alan, I was like, Alan is more like, if you were compared to a player today, I would see Alan as a res in NIP today. Kind of similar play that he could pop off, but he's also very like unstable. He doesn't always perform. He like up and down, a lot of up and down, but a very explosive player when he do pop off. Sadly, his stint with us ended shortly. But what I wanted to say is that we created a super team, right? FNATIC decided they brought in PETA, they brought in, was it who more?
Exist.
Exist, they brought in Exist and Delpan, right? And I was like, haha, who are like, they brought in these guys? What a joke, man. We're gonna destroy. So we were hardcore boot camping with SK for the first tournament of the year. We were practicing so much, and I've never played so much Counter-Strike in my entire life. I had like 160 hours going into this. Everyone in SK had 140, 100. I don't know. I can't do the math. We had a shit ton of hours. We were super prepped. We go into this tournament and we lose in the group stage. We just went out. I don't even think we won a game. We just lost straight up. 2 games in a row. Bam. Bada bing, bada boom. We're out. And I remember, what the hell have I done?
And the worst thing is, Khan fucking won the tournament, didn't he? He was just like, what?
Exactly. So it's come to that part. FNATIC goes and win that fucking tournament. They go away, Karn and DSN, with their smug faces. You know how Karn and DSN can be, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. You know.
All you need to know is this. This is what Karn's personality is like. Karn had never done an interview with me ever. And even though I'm on SK, you remember the rules. FNATIC's not supposed to do interviews with SK. All you need to know is this. Think of the reason why he would do this. Because SK has lost and he's just won, Karn and Sam Matthews agreed he could do an interview with me that one time. Because you can imagine he was the smuggest guy of all time. Exactly. Like, he thought that was like his moment, wasn't he? Because that's what's weird about that story is, in the longer run, actually they were wrong. Like, your team was the better one. You won a SWC. Like, you're actually right. Like, they were. By the way, I think they'd even admit now. Like, DSN retired that year. Khan retired the year after. Like, they were at the end of their careers. The problem was they weren't ready in that moment to let it go, right? Whereas, as you say, like, even though short term, it made them look like they were right and you were wrong. Like, you were, like, fundamentally, the principle was right. Like, it was sort of the end of their time.
Yeah. Because once after that tournament, Alan, I think that FNATIC team kind of disappeared really quick. Delpan joined us fairly quick that summer. That same year, that was the beginning of the year, February. They won that tournament. I think in the beginning of the summer, Delpan joined us, and that's when we really popped off as a team. But yeah, it's just a funny story because I think they were so driven by like that revenge, or that they wanted to prove us wrong was so strong that they played like the absolute best Counter-Strike they could ever have played in that tournament. And that was all driven by the fact that they wanted to prove me and get right wrong. And as soon as they done that, it was like, they were like done. They were like,
exactly, It's like the end of Lord of the Rings. It's done. It is done.
It is done. And they realized, shit, no, we can't play anymore. We're not good. We're not good enough to play. But yeah, it was funny as hell. But yeah, as I said, we turned out to be... That era with SK was a really good era of Counter-Strike from us. It was really nice to actually do a switch team and still perform at that level we did. I think me and Get Right, FaZe, Robin, and everyone was just. I think that team could actually be a contender for one of the best Swedish lineups, because that was one hell of a lineup we had, and the tournaments we won were so strong. But I don't think people really remember that SK time a lot either. It's either
I think another problem problem that team seems to have is people forget, even if you didn't win the tournament, you were nearly always second or third. Like, that team was super consistent.
Yeah, it was like people, it seems like people remember, either they remember FNATIC, they remember me from FNATIC if they are like old school fans, or they remember me from NIP and CSGO. But that SK kind of like, it's always like, it's deleted. People don't know. I spent 2 years. I ended my 1.6 career in SK, and I would have played there much longer if 1.6 were still a game, or still had the money and the drive and everything. I would probably still be playing in SK.
Yes,
till this day. So yeah, that was the end. But it was good.
Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or be a pleb and don't.